Service provider. Your call may be monitored or recorded for legal and training purposes and to help us improve our services. Please listen carefully as the options have changed. To help us direct your call, please press any key to continue. You have 5 options. For income support, please press 1.
Hello, Stephen. Yeah, I need to find out what's happened to my payment. So I'll give you my national insurance number. It's an ongoing claim. It's not been paid. There's a few circumstances that are still need to be resolved. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm expected to live a month without money. Those aren't the facts. Those are your assumptions. Yeah, but I contested it still, and it's still supposed to be contested. It's not. Right. Well, that is unethical, isn't it? Well, who can I get in? Who can I discuss that with? Do you have a manager on site that I can discuss that with? Well, it is unethical, and therefore it breaks the law, doesn't it? You can't leave me without anything. I've spoken to Trafford Council already, and pardon? Why? Well, what can you tell me what the effect of not giving me that would be, and what your intended effect is to try and cause? Is it a penalty? Right, and what court of law has decided that? Well, I'm in the process of that now. That's why my solicitor and I are trying to find out. Yes, but in the meantime, everybody who's made that decision holds liability for if it's wrong, if you've made a mistake, if anything happens as a result of that decision. Obviously, you're responsible. You're all responsible. There's no individuals in the Department of Work and Pensions, and that's why I keep explaining to you. Yeah, and it's got to the stage now where you're not giving me satisfactory answers. I did, because I originally asked, why is it that since the beginning of December, continual sanctions or attempts to put sanctions on my claim have been there. I've been on new enterprise allowance, and as you know, I don't have to be like providing evidence of a job search. Okay, so then because I'm not providing evidence of a job search, it seems somebody in the administration just wants to cause as many problems as they can for me. And it's unacceptable. It's not acceptable because this is a criminal act. If you're forcing me to starve and you're not giving me the lawful remedy that does exist, okay, you and the whole department that you represent is responsible for that. There's no like passing the buck, because the buck stops with you, doesn't it? That's why the government's there. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, yeah. So, as a mandatory reconsideration, okay, according to your ethical and moral duties, yeah, you have to ensure that something is there. Now, hardship is designed. Hardship is designed to what? What by law? What does the legal statement say?
There's no legal statement. You're not going to get me to go into legal statements.
Well, do you have a legal advisor at your place?
The general helpline.
Right. Well, could I?
From your local job centre.
No, I can't. No, I can't, because when I've asked. Excuse me, sir. I'm speaking.
No, I'm not talking to just let me finish what I'm saying, okay? You've got to go to your local job centre. They can get in contact with the Labour Market Decision Maker for you. Give you all that information if you look at the original legislation. It's not my job to do that on this health.
Right. Well, I've asked them to do that, sir. I've asked them to do that. I've asked them to do that, and you know what they did?
No.
You don't know what they did?
I don't know if I wasn't there.
Right. Well.
I don't know.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Well, I asked them. I said, do you know what my human rights are? And they threw me out the building. They didn't want to answer the question. Does that seem like normal behaviour? Because that's what my solicitor and I are going to be asking, because there is a whole list of accusations made by your office that have no evidence and no proof of any of your claims.
I'm sure this will be dealt with. Obviously, with consideration.
But it's not being dealt with. Your attempt to deal with it is to try and cause me an actual injury, loss or harm via starvation through administration. And I think it would be within anybody's normal faculty to recognise the moral and ethical duties of that. Do you understand me? Well, that's why I say I need somebody who I can speak to, right, with regards to this, because this needs resolving ASAP. No, I haven't, because I have other remedies, I have other methods, as I've spoken to the citizens' advice already, okay, and I've spoken to my solicitor already, okay, and what you're offering, right, is not within your mandates. It's actually contrary to your mandate, because you're there to provide assistance to me, not to tell me, well, you can't help me and that's it. You must know, therefore, who is the person that I can go to get that help. Do you understand what I'm saying?
No, I don't explain the situation is. The situation is need to explain. If you want sanctions, we want to put it this way. You've done that. Can't do anything more than that for you. You've applied for hardship. You've been awarded hardship. Because it's second.
Yeah, but do you have any proof of what you put me in hardship for? Because, you know, you've made a claim. You've made several claims. That's what I'm saying. You keep making these false accusations against me. And every one of them is to try and stop my money. And then when I get that resolved, you come up with something else. And you come up with something else. And you come up with something else. And that is unethical. Okay? And not only that, it's you're not even considering the fact that can't even be done. Because you are the people responsible for the administration. If you don't correctly administrate to me, why should I be sanctioned because your administration has failed? Do you understand?
I'm not sure what else you want me to say about this conversation. There's nothing else I can do. I'm here to explain what's going on in the and
But it's not good enough though, is it? It's not. The explanation you've given is that you're gonna continue to break the law, right? And I've tried to be reasonable and lenient, because at the stage what we're at, okay, you can tell anybody this. It's not going to change any of the facts of the things that you've done with your administration. You're not allowed to hurt people with administration. You know that. Okay, so if your actions are causing other actions, those are not separate things. They're not separate issues. They're part and parcel of the same issue. Anyway, do you have a manager who I could speak to, please? The floor manager. Well, do you think then that they're suitable to be a manager if they can't tell me anything? Right. And does anybody in your section have a license to practice law? Yeah. Well, it has a lot of relevance because laws govern the actions of public servants, as you know. A license to practice law. Yeah. Pardon? You? Right. Well, I mean, to be honest, I don't think anybody within your team does it. It's kind of a question to get you thinking now. It's not to be funny. It's to get you thinking about the consequences of the actions that you're taking as a collective. You understand? That's why I'm talking to you, but I'm talking to everybody because you represent that office. Do you understand? Okay, so it's nothing personal. It's about the administrative procedure. Well, that's good. It's about the administrative procedure being regulated in the correct manner according to the law. And it's not being regulated according to the law, it's being regulated according to acts and statutes, which is not the law. Because I'll tell you why it's not the law. Okay, because in this instance, right, where it causes injury, loss or harm, it becomes a criminal action. So it can't be law. It can't be contrary to ethical and moral duties. Now, you know I'm talking sense, and obviously you feel that your hands are tied because of the position that you're in. However, that doesn't take away anybody's legal responsibilities. Or does it take away their moral and ethical duties? Yeah. But that's what I'm saying, because I've been sent documents which contain phrases by yourself, right, which are clear quotes of law. You know, the amount that I will be receiving, and that is the minimum amount I'm entitled to by law to live. But that decision has been made by the law, and then people in your department are contradicting that. Do you understand? And that's where the human rights now comes in. Well, who is prepared to? Yeah. Yeah. Well, is a conversation going to feed me? That's the thing. Because I would like it resolved. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and the other thing I want to talk about is I'm on hardship payments, and this is indicative, really, of how your administration is running itself. There's been another claim put where you seem to think that money can be deducted from the hardship payment from that time period, and that you see, because I originally questioned the law regarding and relating to what allows you to take money in the first place. I asked for your legal team in the first place. It's not really relevant. Whatever you're saying is owed can't be owed, because a law has already been made to decide how much I need to live on. Yeah, because of the cost of living. Now, if you want a complete breakdown, I can give you a complete breakdown of what it. Right, if that's how you understand it. That's not how I understand it, but we'll agree to disagree for the sake of clarity. Well, you see, I've asked for a true bill of accounting because there seems to be claims put on that I owe this and I owe that and I owe the other. Yeah, and the reason that came about in the first place is because, again, people are not giving full disclosure on what the law actually is.